In addition to using the patch, you could try to quit smoking using the hatch. Catch somebody smoking, you throw them in a cellar and you close the hatch. Yeah, who's smoking now? Anyhow, so the hatch has a 17% success rate. So now if we take a random sample of 90, or we randomly assign 90 to get the patch and 90 smokers to get the hatch, what's the probability that the sample of people using the patch will actually yield a higher proportion than those using the hatch? Well, we're going to have to combine this distribution from the patch, which we looked at before, combined with the sampling distribution for the hatch. That's where their proportions lie. So ultimately, we're using this, the distribution of the difference of sample proportions. So on average, we should get 17% hatch, 14% patch. Subtract them. The average difference in the sample proportions will be 0.03. And then use your formula sheet to do that square root of the sums of the variances up there in the upper right, and you get a standard deviation of 0.0539. Now, let's try to make sense out of that 0.03 that's the mean difference. There's many ways to get a difference of about 0.03, but here's one way. In the hatch, the people that were using the hatch, maybe 18% of them were able to stop smoking, and perhaps of the 90 people here, 15% of them were able to stop smoking. So the 18% minus the 15% is 0.03, and that would be the average difference right there, 0.03. What if in one random sample of 90 people using the hatch, 14% of them were able to stop smoking, but again, 15% of the people in a sample of 90 using the patch stopped smoking? Well, now the difference in the sample proportions would be negative 0.01. And that shows up down here on this joint distribution. Negative 0.01 just meant that there were more people, a higher proportion of people using the patch that were able to quit. So now what I'm showing here with the zero is where there's no difference. Anything to the left is zero. Any negative difference is when there's a higher proportion of people using the patch that are able to quit. And that was the question we were asked to find. What's that probability? So we just need the area under the curve, the probability being less than zero. So we show this work right here, the z-score associated with 0, and use normal CDF, and you find that it is 0.2889.